What's up? What's up? It is Thursday, December 5th, 2024. We only got two things to do. The CER Bowling, we got to finish that thing out. And then the big G forces, we're going to start talking about that today. Yeah, hopefully you know what those are. If not, hey, we're going to make that happen. Okay, so I've been talking about this, I feel like, ad nauseum at this point. So if you have any questions, comments, go back to yesterday's video. Again, go back to yesterday's video. It talks all about that. I will try and see if I can put that down in the description or the whatever it is down below the description of this video. I think I can put that in there. Okay, so just as a reminder, last reminder, I want to make sure everybody gets an A on this CER. Is the claim must answer the question. Make sure to be specific. Evidence, you must have 3 pieces of evidence and just list them out. I think on the example I did 4 because I thought it better fit the CER. Also, in your reasoning, it must be a 5-sentence paragraph. Again, a 5-sentence paragraph must have an intro. The intro must have the question and the claim, 3 evidence sentences, and each piece of evidence should have their own sentence, and then the conclusion sentence, and then you should be good to go. Also, on this one, you've got to do a peer evaluation. So make sure that they put their first and last name. Have one of the people at your table read through your your rough draft of your CER, and give you some what we call constructive criticism. So make sure they give you some constructive criticism, give you some feedback there, and then use that to make the best version of your paper. And then all you got to do is go on over here, click the link, make your own copy, and start typing that bad boy up. Make sure to submit your rough draft and your final draft, and you should be good to go. It is due today. That's all I'm going to yap about that. If you want an in-depth analysis of it or more in-depth talking, go back to yesterday's video. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Okay. All right. So now, in class, we're going to obviously take time to work on that, and I'm going to give students time in class. So if you're still working on that, pause this and then go and finish that and then get that turned in and then move on to this. So as far as the big G forces, obviously this is a wild situation here, but gravity is pulling her down, but obviously this thing is able to lift her up, so we got some different things happening. So let's talk about gravity. So what is gravity? We've kind of talked about it in some form, fashion, or another, but what I want you to do is read all 4 students. And then, so write this down on page number 80. So turn to page number 80, should be a blank page. Write what is gravity at the top. Read all 4 students. They're having a discussion. What is gravity? How would you respond to each student? So student A says gravity is the force that pulls stuff down. What would you say? Would you agree with student A? So write student A and say, oh, I agree or I disagree. Student B says, I read somewhere that gravity is an attractive force and it exists between all objects that have mass. Student B, would you agree with them? Or would you be like, nah, that's not quite it? Well, how would you respond to them? Student C, they say, that doesn't make any sense. If that's true, why don't all objects start clumping together and moving towards each other? If everything has gravity, then why doesn't everything just pull towards each other? What would you say to student C? Again, give them a rebuttal. What do you think about what they're saying? And then student D, doesn't it have something to do with the size of objects? You're pulling on objects, but Earth is bigger, so it has a stronger pull. Is that true, or do you think that's not true? What do you think about that? Again, respond to them. Which student's thinking do you agree with the most? Explain your reasoning. So which one of these people do you agree with the most? And then you need to explain the why. So which student you agree with the most, and then why is it that you agree with them? Write that down on page number 80. And you got a few minutes to do that. And we'll talk about this tomorrow. I think this is actually the end right here. So again, so just write down which one of these students that you agree with the most. How would you respond to each one? That's number 1. And then number 2 is, okay, which one of these students do you agree with the most? And then say why. All right. That really is it for the day. There's actually not much more than that. All right, y'all. I'll see you later. Peace.